According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of offensive contact of an elderly person. They're asking that your punishment be assessed. So here's my question. The complainant is his mother.
Correct.
Does she want to have contact with him or want him back in the home?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
She calls me 3 times a week.
Okay. All right.
That's
Then,
it.
then this is what the court will do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 300.
Welcome to Judge Boyd's courtroom, where today's case unfolds with a disturbing accusation. The defendant stands accused of harming an elderly individual, a reprehensible act that becomes even more unsettling as the alleged victim is revealed to be the defendant's own mother. The gravity of this situation raises concerns about the dynamics within the family and potential mental health issues. The defense has hinted at the possibility of underlying mental health issues influencing the case, adding a layer of complexity to the proceedings. Judge Boyd is faced with the challenging task of unraveling this puzzle to determine the truth behind the allegations and administer justice accordingly. Stay tuned until the end to see how this all plays out, because the defendant displays rather interesting behavior after sentencing.
All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 0426W. Come down. State of Texas versus Kenneth Wayne Howie. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
For the state, this is Pro Tem Scott Simpson.
Defense?
Luis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Howie.
And are you Mr. Howie?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Howie, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to indict?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand your attorney has certain rights, mainly 2 days from the presentation of the information and also 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Showing you the document entitled Information. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading?
I did.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
No, Judge, we're pleading to the lesser included offense of a Class A. It's offensive contact of an elderly. So offensive contact would normally be a C, but since the person alleged victim is over 65, it becomes an A.
Any objections?
None.
All right, Mr. Howie, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go off the record for a moment. Y'all probably need to change that.
Okay.
No.
All right. We're just making sure that everything, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. I'm gonna just go.
All right, if you all will initial.
So it's just that I.
Yeah, I got you.
House that night. Why they
Which
went
house?
there.
Which night?
The house on Shallow Drive, the Tate house. Why did they go there that night?
Because Tex had been there before.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of offensive contact of an elderly person as a Class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment for that offense is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state wanted? You're just asking for an accident to happen. I don't know why people do that. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Howie, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
So,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of offensive contact of an elderly person. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 300 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $0 fine and affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea? Defense is at the plea?
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have been none.
Then the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No low contender.
State any evidence?
Table over State's Exhibit number 1 plus attachment, Your Honor.
Without objection, Judge.
Mr. Howie, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Thank you.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I have a few questions. So it appears that there's some mental health issues with Mr. Howie. So how are those addressed if he's released today?
Judge, he's still on probation on a previous case.
Ah.
And he's, of course, on a mental health caseload, and when he takes his meds, he does okay, and we just want to get him, he's been in jail since March of last year.
Okay.
So we want to get him out, get him back doing what he was doing, and
All right, through no fault of the court.
no, through no fault of his.
Okay,
Yes,
so here's my question. The complainant is his mother.
correct.
Does she want to have contact with him or want him back in the home?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
He calls me 3 times a week.
okay. All right,
That's
then,
Yeah.
then this is what the court will do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 300 days in the Bexar County Jail, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. I'll show that the judgment is satisfied, and I'm going to do a no harmful or injurious contact.
Right.
With Natalie Howe.
Howie.
Howie. You're welcome. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Nothing to say.
All right, Mr. Howie, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
You understand, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. Make sure you take care of your mental health, okay?
God bless you.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
very
you. God bless you too. You made my day. Thank you.
Parent, God love a man.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Are you still on YouTube?
Yes.
I read an article in the paper.
Well, that's me.
Uh,
All right.
Well, you have that charisma.
Oh, thank you.
How do you say charisma in feminine form?
Oh, that's it. There's no really feminine form. You know, usually in different languages, they'll have the male form to a word and a feminine form, but we don't do that here in the US.
Okay, thank you very much.
All
ma'am.
right, have a good one.
Love to hear, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
Don't change.
Let me know when you're out. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll reach you back in once.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll be calling Colleen Smith. She was my existing, so I still contact her. Okay.
If there's any-
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.